Our first stop in Italy is Venice! Yay! We took a flight from Madrid to Milan and then hopped on a train to Venice. It was actually much more affordable to fly into Milan versus flying into Venice directly, so we just took a train from Milan, which was fairly easy to navigate. And we booked business class tickets for the train, which in my opinion were worth it. I think it was only an additional 10 or 15 euro, but it was so spacious and made the trip so much more comfortable. It went by so fast. We arrived in the late afternoon and we just felt so tired, so we went out for an early dinner, and this was probably some of the best food I had actually while we were in Venice, surprisingly, on the first night. I got a spicy arrabbiata sauce, so good. And it's so funny, but so many people asked me while we were traveling how we were able to afford all of this. And one thing we did that I think was so smart is we booked a hotel actually outside the island of Venice and then took a bus, which only took about 10 minutes into the city every day. We're in Venice! Yay! First thing I need is a coffee.
Need pizza.
Yeah, pizza. Nico's so hungry. And my head is hurting because I haven't had a coffee yet. On my hunt to find coffee, we stumbled across this bar/cafe, and they had just taken this right out of the oven and it looked so good. We weren't really planning on eating pizza at 10 a.m., but we just had to. Spoiler alert, I'm probably gonna say this throughout the entire video, but it was so good. Like, everything I feel like I've eaten in Italy was insane. So we had pizza part 1, and now Nico's on the hunt for
Pizza stop number 2.
We're basically just gonna be walking around and eating this entire time.
Yes.
Did you know in Italy you actually have to cut your own pizza because they just don't usually pre-slice it for you? Anyways, after we got pizza, we had to go and look for a gelato spot. There were only 3 places that we went to that really stood out to me in Venice, and this was one of them. For all the places that I loved, I'll put a star next to it so you know that this is one of the 3 that I recommend you go to. This spot has fewer flavors, but they are all so fresh. And it came highly rated by so many different travel guides, and now I see why. It's day 2. First things first, I knew I had to get myself a little pastry with my coffee because I was craving it this day. Nico, of course, wanted some more pizza, so we also got ourselves a few slices, and it was only €4 per slice, which to me seems pretty affordable. I also got myself a cute little Nutella croissant. Look how tiny, but it was so good, and it was stuffed with Nutella. After pizza, we were just walking, and we came across this fruit stand, so we bought some figs and peaches, and they were so good and juicy and fresh. The coffee is really good. Pizza number 5 or 6?
I don't know, too many. Oh, toasty. I'll let it cool down.
How is it, Nico? So you might be wondering, what is there to do in Venice besides just eat? And while we mostly spent our time eating and walking around, the best thing you can do in Venice is just get lost. There are amazing museums and, of course, classic historical sites that you should visit in the city. But everyone has said sometimes the best thing you can do in Venice is just walk around with no plan and go where it takes you. And honestly, going into it with not much of a plan could have backfired on us, but I think that's why we had so much fun. I had heard that traditional Aperol spritzes are served with an olive, so I was really excited to see that this one had one. And honestly, it actually fits really well. Like, the slight subtle taste of olive, I really liked it. This pasta was so good, and even though this place is apparently a chain, I actually really liked the food. The quality was there, the pizza was delicious, so if you have the chance, check out this place as well. So we already got pizza, and I don't really need gelato, I'm not craving it that bad, but I think I want to go anyways and see if I see something I like, I'm gonna get it. I don't know, do you know that feeling where you're not super hungry for it, or you're not super craving it, but you're also well, it's there, I'm in Venice, so I might as well get gelato. Let me know in the comments your favorite gelato flavor. I ended up going with this really dark chocolate, and then we also got some cherries after. Our last day in Venice.
Let me say it like that.
Yes.
Venice.
So cute. This was our last morning in Venice before taking a train to Florence. We came back to the first place that we found on our first day. I got myself a cappuccino, and of course we had to get the focaccia pizza that Nico was obsessed with. We ended up getting, I think, 2 or 3 more of these slices. 10 a.m. pizza for breakfast? Is that weird? Yeah, this one was better than the rest. We walked around for a bit, and I got myself some snacks because I cannot survive without snacks. And then we took the train to Florence. Here's a little look at our hotel. This was much more affordable than all the other hotels we were looking at, and honestly, we just knew we needed somewhere to sleep, and that was it. So it worked perfectly for us. I also didn't know this while booking, but they gave us free breakfast every morning as well. I actually studied abroad in Florence for only a month before COVID hit and I had to leave, but this cafe I went to probably over 10 times while I was there just for the month, and I love the food. I think it's all fresh, healthy, so if you need a salad place or just a place to break up the monotony of pasta and pizza, you could check out this cafe in Florence. Another place on my Italy list is Sprino in Florence, and this is hands down the best gelato I've had. I think because the flavors are just so unique and so fresh. Also, I love how my boyfriend says he doesn't like sweets and then steals my ice cream.
For you, I would've put it all on hold. Now I'm playing in the sand till it turned to gold. Midas hands, but we all grow old. Can't have my soul, let my heart turn stone. Guess I gotta say it twice, it ain't my fault. Every little thing got a price, that's what I thought. That's what they...
I look so obnoxious filming everything. People are probably like, what is this tourist doing?
Yeah, I'ma take my chance till I drop. You know this ain't time for the two of us. I ain't got space to be thinking about rolling no dud on my thinking, me and you.
One of the things I loved about being on this extended vacation and traveling and eating just such amazing food is I really felt comfortable eating what I wanted when I wanted and truly just enjoying my time. I really felt like I could just eat without overthinking and without seeing food as good or bad, and just as something that I ate to fuel myself as I walked across this beautiful city. Also, I know this isn't very Italian, but there was one day where we were really craving sushi, and we found this all-you-can-eat sushi place that was pretty affordable. So if you're ever like us and you just want to eat a ton without breaking the bank, this place was well worth the money. I ate enough sushi to satisfy the fact that I hadn't had it for over a month. We are just walking and exploring the sights, and it is so hot. right now that we're both dying, and I think we might need to go back to the hotel to just avoid the heat. And we're back to my favorite gelato place, literally the next day.
Nothing like your smile in the morning. Following the linings
That looks
on your
really, really good.
Cause baby, in your absence, life is boring. So I'll never leave. It's easier to love when it's you by my side. Shining through the cracks like the first morning light.
Okay, everyone talks about this sandwich place in Florence, so we had to go check it out, and it was well worth the visit. I honestly didn't know which sandwich to order because they all sounded so good, and I would come back just so I can try different combinations and different types of meat and cheeses because they all looked so, so good. Wow. Let's get yours. That looks so good. Doesn't look amazing. I got La Inferno and it was so good. This cut of meat was the one that the guy at the front recommended.
I think you're really gonna like mine. Mine's insane. The pork is so juicy.
And it was amazing. I liked it even better than Nico's,
How is it?
even though the prosciutto was also really good. Also, side note, I don't know if many people can relate to this, but I used to be terrified of eating bread because I thought carbs would make me fat, which is so untrue and the complete opposite. Carbs are necessary to be happy, healthy, and energized. So I'm really glad I got to get over that food fear because one of the best parts about travel is eating all the local food and not overthinking anything. And this sandwich was one of the best things I've ever eaten in my life.
We welcome you to the show.
Also, something we did to save money to travel to the airport was take this like kind of a train, but it was above ground bus kind of train situation, and it was only €1.50 to go all the way to the airport and get our rental car to drive to Tuscany. Did you make all of this? It's so beautiful. So pretty.
Do it with your picture of your
Oh my god.
We're keeping our cups, Noni, and
Lunch was a very wholesome homemade meal with a ton of vegetables, which was much needed. I felt like my digestive system thanked me. But then we went out for dinner and I got cacio e pepe, which is a very creamy pasta, as well as another Aperol spritz. And it was so good. We also shared some pizzas. And yeah, can you just tell that this whole trip is just definitely a foodie vacation?
This is like my 7th gelato.
I haven't worked out in what feels like ages, but I woke up and it's 5 a.m. and it looks pretty cold outside, like nice and cool. So I'm actually gonna try to go on a run. And the only reason I'm recording myself right now because this is like, I just like want time for myself to de-stress, relax. I've been feeling really bloated lately and kind of just like need to clear my head. So I'm recording this just to like, in a way, hold myself accountable and tell myself that I can do it. Not because I have to, but because I want to, and I want to feel strong and capable.
Let's do it. It's actually so refreshing and cool right now. I'm excited. Also a little nervous. I hope I don't throw up because it's also gonna be a lot of uphill and downhill. Also, excuse my hair. I don't know. Whenever I'm running, I'm like, it's gonna get messy anyways, so no point in trying. I am getting major chafing. Like, I feel like I'm walking like a duck right now because it hurts so bad to run and have my legs touch. I'm not a runner, so I never really have experienced this before. But it sucks. How does anyone run and not get chafing? Like, it hurts so bad.
After going out for breakfast, we swam all day, and then it was time for an early dinner and homemade pizza. We started dinner around 4 p.m. and we ate until probably 8 p.m. We ate a total of 30 pizzas between the 7 of us. So you can just imagine this was such an amazing feast, and I didn't film all of it because I just wanted to enjoy my time. The first thing we did was stop inside a cheese store, and it was so smelly, but the cheese tasted amazing. I also bought myself this cute bracelet, and we walked around and just explored the cute little town.
Now we are going inside the cellars where they keep the barrels.
I tasted so many wines and probably had the equivalent of like 4 glasses by the end of the meal, but wine tasting in Tuscany was just such an amazing experience to have.
So we're actually staying in Cortona at my aunt's house that she is selling. So this is the first and last time I'll ever be in Cortona, at least at this house. Today we're going to the local market. It is Saturday, so there's going to be a huge variety of fresh fruits, vegetables, and also some like jewelry and clothing items. We'll see. But yeah, I'm excited. How is it? You want the rest? Via Nicolo. Right, Nico? Yeah, show her, yeah.
Morgan, did you get the email back? There you go.
We bought ourselves some fruit and sandwiches, and now we're gonna go pick some lettuce from the garden and make ourselves a lunch.
After lunch and a few snacks, we went to this lake and shared fries. I had a Diet Coke before going out to dinner. Between the 5 of us, we shared 3 of these traditional appetizer plates, and I love having multiple flavors in my mouth and trying different things, so this was such a good meal. And of course, had to get gelato after dinner, and I swear I feel like I've had gelato every single night while I was in Italy, and I was there for 2 weeks. After a week in Cortona, we came back to Florence, but this time with my family. And honestly, Florence is one of my favorite cities. It's so romantic and just picturesque.
We are here in Florence having a total foodie adventure. I feel like this entire trip has just been me unleashing my inner child, eating anything I want, and it's been such an enjoyable time. I talk a lot about this, but like food freedom is just amazing.
These next 2 restaurants that we ate at and the activity we did after are things I highly recommend in Florence if you ever go. Nico got this burger that they served without a top bun, but it was so good. I got this salad that was amazing before meeting a friend for mocha and gelato. As you probably already know, this was my favorite gelato spot, and then this rooftop restaurant is beautiful. You can go for just a drink or snacks or even a meal. After a drink and some snacks, we went on a sunset boat ride, and this was one of the highlight activities I did while in Italy. Our guide was so amazing and told us all these interesting facts about Florence while I got to drink a glass of wine. And it's perfect for groups, but also super romantic for couples. And that was sadly our last day in Italy before getting on a flight to Turkey, so you can watch that vlog that will be coming up soon on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, the flowers in